flying away. But we need to cut across to RBI Deputy Governor Michael Patra. He's speaking at the 9th SBI Banking and Economics Conclave.
Expressing equations and statistical models that are used to do these predictions. And analysts try to use these equations to predict the behavior of monetary policy makers from these data regularities. In fact, the monetary policy reaction function, which is an equation which helps you predict the change in the policy rate should inflation deviate from the target or if growth deviates from the trend. That has become a cottage industry today. But what is forgotten is that these regularities are based on past behavior. And in that sense, they only provide an ex post sense of whether or why policymakers deviated from some rule or they did not. They are not ex ante predictions of the policy decision. Because at the core of the decision is high uncertainty, as I explained. And therefore, in that decision, intelligent and well-informed judgment is called for. And a famous economist who won a Nobel Prize, Robert Solow, called it the smell test. You should know how to sniff well. Monetary policy makers have to rely on forecasts. In fact, the term inflation targeting is typically called inflation forecast targeting because the forecast congeals all the information that you know today and can predict with some degree of certainty. So as regards forecasts, monetary policy makers, it is said, were created to make weather forecasters look good. To draw an analogy on economists. In fact, it is said that monetary policy makers do have a sense of humor because they put a decimal point to their forecast. You ask a monetary policy maker, what will inflation be? 15 months from today, he'll say 5.3%. I mean, that's his way of getting back at you. Yet monetary policy makers are, after all, human beings, and humans bring with them humor in whatever they do. They laugh at each other. They laugh at themselves. And one reason cited for this, which I will deal with presently, is that they are actually engaging in stress busting.